Hello, Science 11 and 12. I'm out here in the park going for a walk with my dog, and I wanted to talk about sound and how you hear sound. So, out here in a place like this, you can find that it's never really perfectly quiet. There's always some sort of background noise going on, whether that's the birds that are singing, the distant highway roaring, even the slight breeze that's going by. There's always some sort of sound happening. So I want to talk about how we actually hear that sound because not all sound is the same. When I'm listening, I can hear the different birds, the background sound, myself talking. All of these sounds are picked up in our ears, and the different pitches of that sound sounds differently. So if you hear something low versus something high, it sounds different. I wanted to show you a visual representation of that and some cool technology that allows us to actually visualize that sound. It's called an audio spectrograph. So out here where I can hear some birds singing off in the distance, I can hear the robins and a couple spotted towies. I wanted to record that for you, and I wanted to look at a spectrograph and see what it actually looks like. So this here is a spectrograph. This is an app called BirdNet, and I've actually just recently started using it for birding. It's not something that I have used for a long time, but spectrographs themselves is something that is very, very common in the birding world. So what you're looking at right now is a graph that is scrolling from right to left real time. Anything that's new is on the right, and that's happening right now. What you're seeing, that red, is sound that the phone is picking up. So you can see that as I'm talking, you can hear my voice pop up on the spectrograph. The axes of this, if I can get that in focus, it's kilohertz. It's not wanting to focus here. Of course, it's having a hard time focus, but essentially on the bottom, right here, it says 1 kilohertz. Then it goes to 3, 6, 9, 12 kilohertz. Kilohertz is essentially the frequency that you hear. 12 kilohertz is up there pretty high on the near edge of human hearing. Some people can hear higher, some people can't quite hear that much. So if I'm silent, I just want you to listen to the background noise of what is going on and listen to the birds move and the noise behind us, the highway and all that, and just see what it picks up on the spectrograph. Really quickly, as soon as I stop talking, you can see there's a nice solid orange bar along the bottom, and there's little click, 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 clicks that are going along. You might be able to already discern what those are just from the one audio that's being like the recording phone's audio that's picking this up. But the bass line that's coming across, that's actually background noise. That's the wind, the cars. It might pick up my clothing a little bit. Anything in the background. Listen again. Now, second, you've got these higher pitched sounds that are moving. Those are actually bird calls. Those are different songs of birds. So right now there's some robins that are singing. They love singing in the evening, especially right after a nice big rainstorm. This app allows me to actually isolate those certain bird calls and pull them out for analysis. So I'm just going to let it record a little bit and see if I can get a good audio clip of an American robin. Now I've let it go a little bit. I'm actually going to pause this recording, and I can highlight certain parts of it, and I can press play and re-listen to it. So that's my phone playing it back. So the nice thing is I can actually look at what spectrographs I can see, and you can start to identify different noises based on their spectrograph. You can see that the pitch and the frequency of the song, you can actually put this into computer algorithms and ultimately determine what kind of bird it is. Now, the awesome thing is that there are bird scientists called ornithologists that are way more dedicated than I am to studying birds. I do this as a hobby and I do volunteer for some science, but right now there are millions of scientists out there that their job is to record birds and learn about the species and learn about what they're doing. Um, this app here allows you to identify different birds. So there is the sound app here that I can actually play different bird songs. And notice that it actually plays it out as a spectrograph. You can see that this is exactly what I was looking at before with the recordings, where um, the higher the pitch is, the higher it is on the recording. And you can see the pattern and the timing of that and the frequency allows me to actually see um, what the bird sounds sound like. So I just want to play a couple different interesting birds for you and just let you take a look at how you can visualize different sounds. All right, this is a varied thrush here. This is a bird that's actually native to Vancouver Island and Western North America. It's a very well-known bird in the birding world because its zone is almost exclusively the Pacific Northwest, and it has a very haunting, eerie, beautiful sound. If I click it, you can see it's just a steady note um, that it holds, and you can hear the different pitches of that. Here's a low one. And the spectrograph shows exactly what that sounds like. So you can probably predict what it sounds like without even hearing the recording. This next bird is called a McGillivray's warbler. It is a very beautiful, beautiful bird and has a lovely, lovely sound. This spectrograph shows up really, really clearly. I want you to try to predict what the sound is going to sound like just from the spectrograph. Notice it starts high, then goes down, up, high, down, up, high, down, up, high, down, up. Very, very fast. We're lucky enough to be listening to a spotted towhee right now that's singing away. Right there is a spotted towhee. I found the recording on my phone, and I'll show you what it looks like and see if we can record and pick up something that's similar. So this, first off, this is what it looks like. A very, very beautiful bird. It's a male that's singing right now. And this is its spectrograph. So it's got quite a bit of quick, rapid succession with the beginning. If I play it, you can hear exactly the spectrograph matches. So you can hear me playing it and the bird in the background. I'm going to try to record and see if we can actually get a match to what it looks like. Right there. So we've got that match right there. You can see it's got that similar kind of fingerprint, you could say. And identified it correctly. So as an addition, a lot of people might get confused with a spectrograph with what you would see when you're just using a normal recorder. So this here is the recorder on my phone. I've got tons of just random things, hopefully nothing too embarrassing. But if I press record, it starts recording exactly what I'm talking about right now. This is not a spectrograph. You might be familiar with this if you've ever done any recording, but what this does is this tells us the amplitude, how loud it is. So something quiet, it picks up very quietly. Something loud, it picks up very loudly. This does not tell us anything about the pitch or the frequency of the sound. So this would not be enough to tell us what the bird is or what a specific noise is.